Dude, it's going. It is. It's going now.
Oh, dude, are you sure?
I'm 85% sure.
Hey, if you guys can hear us, someone comment.
Well,
let us know.
Yeah, see, it's going. See that? You see that right there?
But you know what? I seen it last night. Oh, you're talking about when we? No.
Yeah. Oh, I know the mic's on.
Okay. Welcome.
I know the mic's on.
We had little technical difficulties, but you know, as the bumper sticker says, shit happens. Welcome to our third show of 2 cents worth. My name is Lane McGuire, and this is Jimmy the Greek drumming.
Not necessarily Greek, but the name fits, right?
It fits me. I really don't know where I came up with that.
My last name should end with Opolis.
Right. Yeah. I don't know how to spell it, but it should.
I'm sure there's Greek names that don't end in Opolis.
I'm sure there is.
Like Stamos.
That would work. I bet we get a lot more views if your last name was Stamos.
That'd be the ugly Stamos.
What happened to Stamos, man? What's up with him? Anyway, tonight we are going to be we're going to be talking about the 90s, man.
90s rock, buddy.
Yeah. Which is a very interesting, cool topic, I think. And we're also going to be talking about etc. Whatever pops in our crazy little minds.
Oh, I thought you meant the word.
No.
Not really a good, lengthy topic, etc.
No.
It does mean and so on, but that's about as far as we can take it.
Yeah. Jimmy, you need to quit taking me so literal. We're going to have major problems.
Literal. So I don't need to take that literally?
Not literally. Are you being literal right now?
I'm literally literal.
Anyway.
So when you think 90s rock, same thing we did yesterday. When you think 90s rock, what band pops into your mind?
90s rock. Nirvana. Yeah, that pops up.
Okay.
Quick.
They
were a game changer.
If someone walked up to you on the street and said, "You look like you were alive in the 90s."
Can't imagine that happening.
/70s.
That's right.
You look like you were an adult almost in the 90s. So, give me a song, a rock song from the 90s. What pops into your head?
Well, I mean, being that I just said Nirvana, man, I'm going to go with Teen Spirit. One, because it was a serious cool jam. Two, the video was just, it was different. Fire.
Yeah.
It was the, do you remember? It was the evil cheerleaders.
Oh, yeah.
That was very cool.
And the janitor?
I just remember the cheerleaders. I don't know why.
Remember the Weird Al version?
Man, I don't.
But the whole guitar neck bent.
I just could not make myself.
It was Smells Like Nirvana. That's what it was called.
I do. You know what? I do remember him that he did it, but I couldn't get myself to listen to it.
The cheerleaders all had like giant patches of hair coming out of their
arms.
Amish?
Were they Amish?
I don't know, but they were just pom poms going up, and then the hair puffs would just go.
That's a turn off immediately for me, big time. What about you, man?
Welcome to winter. Winter is coming.
It's coming. It's coming to get you. 90s rock group.
STP.
Stone Temple Pilots. Man.
I gotta go STP.
That is that's your group.
and I'm gonna stray off of them for a minute. So I mean, if I were to think of a song, I'd probably go like Black Hole Sun.
Won't you come? But
Black Hole Sun, I would go with that from Soundgarden, just because it's like or Jeremy from Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam, oh my gosh, Pearl Jam was the bee's knees, man. That first, and it was a cassette then. Was it a CD? It was a cassette.
I had what was the Nirvana album called? Nevermind?
Mm-hmm.
I had that on disc.
For you younger if there's any younger viewers out there, at one time there was actually a thing called an 8-track cassette.
Because it would only hold 8 tracks.
And then it moved up to a cassette tape.
Which would hold tons of tracks.
It would help. Yeah, you get about 6 on each side, 6 songs.
Yeah, 6 or 8.
Yeah, and
you could get a whole album's worth of tunes on one cassette, and you just have to flip it over to the other side because apparently playing it backwards gives you a different tune.
Go worship the devil.
The B-side.
The cool thing about cassettes back in the day, though, if you had the stereo with the dual sides, you could put a blank cassette in one side, put the other one in, push play, record, and have that bad boy.
Yeah, and then they started doing the copy protection, remember?
Yeah.
But there was ways to get around that.
Very much.
Where you put tape over it.
Yeah, you just cover it. Same thing with VCR tapes, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, they had that little notch in there, and if the notch was present, it would not record squat off of that.
Yeah.
Now, you may not get the best recording using tape.
But, I mean, it was all about you just got to listen to it or watch it.
It was about OG pirating.
Yeah, that was gangster. That was old gangster.
I'd like to return this tape that I bought yesterday.
Guilty as charged right here. I don't know, it didn't work, but I would have it recorded at home. So,
right?
Yeah. Nirvana.
So what were you about in the 90s? Like, as far as like musically, what were you about? Like,
that's when my
if you can think of any fashion, because like 80s you could think, but 90s too.
Okay. The 90s, man, for me, it was all about. That was back when.
Was that when Tight Rollin' came out?
No, Tight Rollin' was before
that. 80s.
Yeah, that was 80s, man. 90s were more about the silk shirts, mostly like. I don't know, it maybe solid black or paisley or whatever, but you had the kind of baggy, not MC Hammer baggy pants, but baggy pants that trimmed down at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
You had the super nice belt that was cheap but looked expensive as hell, and you had the black shoes that were shining. Yeah, styling and profiling back then,
Yeah, we got out of the stonewashed era. And got into
you know what,
baggy jeans and ripped jeans. We're getting into
I don't
stuff
know
like
that.
that.
I don't
like that's when people started wearing like flannels as a fashion statement instead of when it was cold.
Right. Well, I did that. I'm guilty of that. I've got to be honest.
Too, man.
Yeah,
Grunge took over.
It really did. That was back when I had long hair that we talked about.
I had long hair too. I swear, somebody's going to come to my rescue.
Picture, man.
Somebody is going to come to my rescue. And produce.
But Nirvana, that's when grunge hit hard, was Nirvana and Pearl Jam, dude.
Nirvana, Pearl Jam.
And that, weren't they out of, like, Washington? Oregon?
Seattle. Washington.
Yeah. All right. But, it was that. But, I mean, you know what? The faded jeans were still in,
Oh, yeah. Faded, yes. Stonewash, no.
Right. And ripped.
Yeah, ripped jeans. Adidas have never gone out of style.
No.
Converse have never gone out of style. Matter of fact, they're bringing all that stuff back. Some of those old styles of shoes and stuff. Either that or they never changed them.
Right.
But a lot of the old names you see now, like I actually own some Pumas.
Pumas?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sharp shoes, too.
Right. They were, man. Okay. There was a lot of really cool things. I mean, this is not, rock category, but I mean, shit.
Oh, we'll get into the rock.
We had Michael Jordan in the 90s, and we had all kinds of just big-time stars in the 90s, man.
We still had Larry Bird.
Yeah, we still had Larry Bird. I mean,
Kevin McHale, Larry Bird.
Robert Parrish.
Yeah,
you was a Celtics fan, I see, huh? Yeah, me too.
Well, everybody was
My
back
dad.
then.
Well, you was either Celtics or Lakers.
I like both.
And then the
You can't
Pistons.
deny Larry Bird, man. Dude.
I loved it in the 3-point contest. Is that where you was going?
Yeah. I saw a post earlier, and I thought it was Bobby Murphy. Do you know Bobby Murphy?
Yeah, man. I seen Bobby Murphy yesterday, I think.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. He posted something. It hit me right in the feels.
What'd he say?
Said something about LeBron James wanted to give. He won too many rings. He wanted to give one to somebody who never had a chance to win one on their own. And it showed a picture of Charles Barkley up underneath it, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was a Barkley fan, man. He was a character. That's what I liked about him.
You know, when he talks, who he reminds me of? Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, if you just sit back and you listen to Barkley talk, he's
terrible. Terrible.
He's got that Kentucky. He's from Alabama, but he sounds like he's right from Muhammad Ali's town in Kentucky, dude.
Yeah.
But Barkley he didn't give a shit. He would say whatever was on his mind, and that's why everybody wanted to tune in.
Remember Dennis Rodman with the Pistons?
Oh, the worm.
With his natural hair?
Yeah, dude. I remember when he actually had natural hair.
Like a natural color.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what was it, Bill Laimbeer?
Bill Laimbeer was a son of a bitch.
And
he would clothesline you.
Oh, Isaiah Thomas?
Yep. Bad boys.
But we got to get around to the real team, though, man. You're talking Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Bill Paxton, Bill Cartwright,
Steve Kerr,
Will Perdue,
and
Horace Grant.
Horace Grant, brother. Horace Grant was a really good player.
Mm-hmm.
You said Dennis Rodman, right?
Dennis Rodman came in later, but yeah. He
Yeah.
came in. That's when he started changing his deckham hair.
I'll tell you what, man. Scotty,
nose ring right through the middle and circles drawn in his hair.
He didn't give a shit.
He didn't care.
And man, after every game, he would take that jersey off and throw it into the crowd.
And people
and
would
get fined every time. Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Eat it up.
And this is what we do on our show. We say we're talking about rock, and we go wherever we go.
If you're looking for where the show's at, think baseball. Think left field. We're out there somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's dig into this, man.
All right. Quick thing.
Sure.
I had a friend of mine I was on the phone with before I came over here. She was like, well, what's your show about? and I was like...
You got to give the Seinfeld answer. Nothing.
It's about nothing and everything.
Everything and nothing.
That's exactly what it is. And that's what our show's about, folks. So, good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right,
let's go. Let's go 90s, baby.
I have got a list of 90s bands, 90s rock bands, not necessarily alternative, not necessarily anything else. This is when a lot of stations kind of started separating them. You know, you started separating
genres.
So let me ask you this. Do you consider Rage a rock band? Rage Against the Machine. Do you consider them a rock band, or do you consider them rap, or do you consider them something else?
I consider them...
They're definitely a hybrid. But what category do they belong in?
I couldn't pick.
I would probably go rock, just because, I mean, it's like a rock with a rap hybrid. It's kind of like Linkin Park is now. Like, you would consider them probably rock, but they got a rapper in the band.
That's a very good point. Because bringing up the Linkin Park thing. Mm-hmm. Because they can rap.
Yeah.
But they can rock their ass off too, you know?
Yep. They got a band out now called Hollywood Undead that's the same way. It's just like Linkin Park. So,
right on.
So the first one on the list, obviously, is Nirvana.
Nirvana. Oh, man. One of my favorite lyrics are, I wish I was like you, easily amused. Fantastic. Love that. Because it's the damn truth. There are some people out there that everything is just exciting and wonderful to them, and I am envious of that. I want to be that way, but I get bored. I'm like, damn it. I wish I was like that.
Yeah.
I mean, no bullshit.
I'm definitely easily amused. It don't take anything.
Really?
Yeah, man. I mean, I could find something corny and then just about anything. I know you're thinking no way, but yeah.
No comment. I'm learning that. But I mean, I dig it, though. I dig it.
So, you know, when I think Nirvana, obviously you got to think suicide, right? You got to go there because...
I'm
you know,
I'm fixing to feed off that.
That's... it's one of those that I don't know. A lot of people say, "Oh, it was too soon for him. He never really, he was way before his time." But how much more could he have done than what he did?
Yeah,
He was part of a groundbreaking movement of music that just it completely create. How do you create a whole new
yeah.
age of music?
It doesn't happen.
You
It
know?
only happens something special like that only happens every great once in a while, and they did it.
Game changers, man. I mean,
Right.
it changed the
It
game.
changed everyone's outlook, their style of clothing.
It captured me.
Right, man.
That's where my identity started. And then I wasn't even like a grunge dude,
I wasn't either. Excuse me. I wasn't either at all.
but I could relate to a lot of the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where
And that means a lot to me.
Mhm.
I don't like to listen to songs. Now, there's a few that just have really good beats, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna jam that shit.
Yeah,
But
most
the
definitely.
words, the meaning of the song, mean a lot to me.
Most definitely.
Like like I said, like Snow Informer. That has so much meaning to me. I'm cheering up.
It's
thinking
because
about
you're
it.
from Jamaica, though, right?
Yeah, man.
Reminds you of Connecticut.
Jimmy Bones, Jimmy the Greek here. But what I was going to say about Nirvana, Jimmy, is
Yeah, the suicide thing.
isn't it weird how some of the greats were so just depressed and just sad and just totally messed up on drugs,
Oh yeah.
but
Just
just
fueled
at
by
the
it.
time just so genius. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's-
Jimi Hendrix, man.
Yeah, dude. Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin.
I think hers was more alcohol. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. But
Well, she was on.
but a lot of the greats, they were just severely depressed, just addicted to drugs. I mean, terribly.
That's crazy.
But put out some of the best music, movies, or whatever it may be, and that's just mind blowing.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Nirvana is going to spawn some other conversations later on, I'm sure, because something else was born in the 90s that spawned right off of Nirvana, and we'll get to them in just a bit,
Excellent.
right?
Yeah, man.
So, what do we got next?
Hey, hold up.
Yeah.
We also have we got Nintendo. Guys, remember Nintendo from the 90s?
Is that in the 90s? Is that Nintendo? Some of the Nintendo stuff. Was it all in the 90s?
I'm wanting to say it was.
Not all of it.
I know PlayStation came out in the 90s too.
Not all the Nintendo was out in the 90s. The only reason I know that is because I remember going and playing Super Mario Brothers on the first Nintendo at a buddy of mine's house, and we weren't very old at all.
Yeah.
I don't think that
I
was
think
the
your memory's
90s.
real bad, but I love you.
The Super Nintendo probably came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Let me look that up.
Google that shit.
I gotta look that up real quick.
But I tell you what, man, they I think they just came out with like a NES Classic Nintendo, and it comes programmed with like 30 games with like Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt and all Mike Tyson's Punch Out and all those that good shit. And I think it's like $70, man. So
The Nintendo
That's worth
Entertainment
it.
System, abbreviated as NES, is an 8-bit video game. 8-bit, man.
yeah,
Which released in North America in 1985. In Europe, throughout 86 and 87, the console was initially released in Japan as the Family Computer, abbreviated as Famicom, in 1983.
well, check it out, man. Maybe I didn't get one till the 90s, and that's why I'm thinking that.
Let me think.
No, I'm fitting.
Mr. Fib.
When the Atari came out, I got
Super Nintendo, November 21st, 1990.
bet. We're getting our dorky shake down pat now,
Got to create a dance to it now, man.
right? I was going to tell you earlier.
Lane Staley, Scott Weiland, and kind of off topic, Robin Williams. You bet.
Right, exactly right. And in fact, I was thinking Robin Williams the same way. I mean, how could a guy who makes people so happy? I mean, and this guy could. It seems like if he walked in the room, it would just light the room up. Be so damn depressed. But I think I read or watched that he actually got dementia. And that is one of the main reasons that he had depression also.
I'm going to tell you, man. The two people...
Robin Williams was a genius.
You see people pass away all the time, celebrities.
Who
and
said
stuff.
that? I'm listening.
Stephanie.
Okay. 70.
You see people from all over the place getting depressed. Like when Kurt Cobain died, I was in L.A., right?
Mm-hmm.
People were crying for a week.
Like a president died, right? Or worse.
Well, I mean, for them, because no one cares about a president nowadays.
Oh my God! Politics, stop.
You know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
I'm saying like not. It's not like it was before. Like it meant something then. You know, there was a much higher respect for the office itself.
I understand what you're saying.
Nowadays, it's a little bit different. But man, Kurt Cobain, they bawled like crazy for a week. Not me. And I love Nirvana.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you something, man. She named 2 people that really got to me.
Me too.
Scott Weiland, number 1, because
Big
that's
time.
what got me into the music.
Yeah.
And Robin Williams. Dude,
Robin Williams tore me up.
I mean, I didn't like bawl like crazy or anything, but like...
It really affected me more than I thought it was going to, though.
I sat there and I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
I think it really did. I think a lot of people were the same way as you and I were, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know this guy, but we feel like we do because he's such a charismatic. I mean,
I wanted
charismatic.
to be Robin Williams when I was a kid.
He was a great actor, but his comedy.
Yeah, it's the comedy that I was talking about.
The crazy thing I heard about him is he was really shy until he got on stage, and when he did, man.
Oh
Explosion
yeah, dude's
time.
He had,
and I'm sure the cocaine probably
he
got
had
kicked in too.
ADHD like crazy. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean it was ADD until they realized the hyperactivity is part of it.
That makes sense. That
like
really makes sense because he
ADHD off the charts.
he could not be still. He was so hyper.
Right,
Yeah.
and his brain is just like
Well,
firing on
think
like
of
20
it.
cylinders.
Yeah, you have that. You have ADD or ADHD, and you top that with cocaine. Woo! To the moon.
Remember the bit he did about God smoking weed?
Oh,
He says,
remind
you know,
me.
You look at all these religions. You know, they have a lot of wine. You think if God drinks, he might smoke weed, or he might smoke pot. That's what he said. He might smoke pot.
Yeah.
He said, "You don't think so? Look at a duck-billed platypus. I'll think you think he might."
I have seen that.
Yes. Like, so we'll take a beaver, right?
Right.
But on a duck's bill. We'll make it a, what was it?
Let's see how bad I can mess with the humans.
Like we'll make it a mammal, but it can breathe underwater.
Right.
You know.
It was genius, man.
Yeah, he's great, man. And Scott Weiland, dude, it's unfreaking believable. You had to know it was coming. It wasn't as bad as watching Lane Staley. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
That dude, you could see him on the MTV Unplugged that Alice in Chains did.
Yeah.
He was sick looking.
Yeah, he was.
So bad.
Scott Weiland, though, that's a shame. He was. I'm a
Such
big
a talent,
SCP fan, but
like
you're
Velvet
a bigger yes, but I know you're a lot bigger. But man, it really bothered me because he was such a great lead singer. I mean, he
was a great front man altogether.
He was a great. That's what. Yeah, thank you. A great front man, for sure.
Us going to see them in Tunica. That was my dream concert right there.
Yeah,
like that's bucket list right there.
Right.
And I'll never be able to do it again.
And Lenny Kravitz. I'm gonna keep bringing that up. That really bothers me. I'm a big Lenny Kravitz fan.
He wasn't bucket list for me, but honestly, it was a dream come true.
Right.
You know, because when is Lenny Kravitz going to be anywhere close to our section?
Lenny Kravitz just seems like a cool ass dude. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know who his mom is, right?
Yeah, and I can't think of her name.
Well, she was the lady on the Jeffersons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one married to the white.
The white guy. Yeah. Exactly.
And I still
that's
you tell
useful information that we like to give. Lenny Kravitz's mom was the lady from the Jeffersons who was married to the white guy.
Did you know Lane Staley and Robert Downey Jr. were in jail together due to drugs? True story. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either, but it's not really a big shocker. Robert Downey Jr., come on, man. That dude used to be just balls to the walls, nuts. He's came a long way.
Oh my gosh, man.
I mean, I'm just gonna say a little bit about this. Coming from a person who's been through not quite what Robert Downey Jr. or anybody like that has, but I've had a problem with something. And if you can get over it and get through it and move on, kudos, man. That is really awesome because a lot of people don't
Most
get
definitely.
there. And like I say, one of these days I'll tell my story.
We were talking about that earlier. How it's to see someone get from one place to the next. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a journey in and of itself.
It really is. It really
so
is.
don't stop believing.
Journey, baby. All I think about is that big nose. I bet he could smell what McDonald's is cooking right now in Newport. You know what I mean? That nose. He's like toucan.
Do a line with a hose.
I guarantee it, man. He don't even need one. He can do it from here. We getting any feedback? Any comments? What do you guys want to talk about, man?
Oh, we got.
Who was your favorite group from the 90s? Who did you listen to?
Most definitely.
Tell us.
In the meantime, I'm going to move on to the next one while they're getting ready to type or whatever. Let's go to Pearl Jam.
Woo. Dude, that little dude can well. He
Did
can
you know
well.
that,
What is he, like 4 foot?
Who? Eddie Vedder?
Yeah, man.
No.
He's short, dude.
He's a big dude.
You're just high as a Georgia pine.
Huh.
Oh my gosh.
He's
you know
not
what?
He's not that
I'm going to back off because I was so sure that one
The
group
Nintendo?
didn't sing that shit.
Oh, the aha.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No,
You're talking about,
the
Soft Cell.
Soft Cell.
Yeah.
I still think that's bullshit. That still bothers me right now. They did not sing Tainted Love, damn it. YouTube's got it wrong. Aha.
So,
Rocky Marciano.
So Pearl Jam, for me, he wasn't the original singer.
What?
He was not the original singer of Pearl Jam.
Eddie
Vedder.
I didn't know that.
It was a blonde-headed guy, and I can't think of his name to save my life. He wasn't. He didn't make.
You don't know his name?
I don't.
Okay. Does anyone out there know?
Stephanie probably would be able to know.
Well, somebody just popped something up. If you know the lead singer, who the original lead singer of Pearl Jam was, comment please.
No way I could pick my one favorite from the 90s. It's like picking a favorite child.
That's
exactly right.
That's our problem.
I probably could because I would go STP above just about all the rest, but because of how important they were to me personally.
Yeah.
Apart from that, musically, they're all on a level. All the ones that I loved, and I looked at that list, just kind of glanced over it, and every one of them I've got respect for as a band.
Right. And for me, I was thinking about this earlier, and why it was so hard for me to just pick 3 songs is if you're music people like myself and you and a lot of you guys, music is almost like your kid in a way. I mean, you don't want to pick
it's definitely
a favorite, man. Oh, it is my therapy. And I'm gonna just spin on something right quick.
Yeah.
Speaking of therapy, one of I told Jimmy or asked Jimmy today that if one day we could talk about. I know a lot of people have anxiety and stuff like that, and we're going to talk about that and the positive things that we do or we have learned about doing, and stuff like to get through bad shit because we all go through shit.
Yeah, we'll do a show on like coping mechanisms,
exactly,
and,
man.
Outlets and things like that.
And just be straight up honest about it. We're not going to sit back here and just read what everyone tells us to do. We're going to tell you what we do and what we hear might work.
Pantera was a big one for me. They started in the 80s, but got big in the 90s.
I
there's a few Pantera songs that I really like.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I'm not really like Cemetery Gates, Respect. What's this song called? It's called This Love.
I don't know. I can't speak on it. I wasn't.
Stephanie, what was the dude's name that was in Pearl Jam? If you remember, there was a guy who was blonde-headed, right? Okay, so the guy ended up dying. I don't remember if he got killed or if he committed suicide, whatever it was. So they went on this long search for a lead singer, right? And this guy from out of state, out of town, wherever he was from, sent in a cassette of himself with a guitar, singing vocals and stuff. They heard it one time, and had to have him.
Right.
So he came out and auditioned, and that was it. Eddie Vedder was in, right? So what they did was, this guy was a very good friend of Chris Cornell, who's lead singer of Soundgarden.
Yeah.
And he was respected by Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder had a ton of respect for this kid. Pearl Jam question, I don't know the answer to that. I always thought it was just Vedder. No. And if I said the name, it's not going to be familiar to anybody because I don't even know. I mean, I don't know it well enough to know, oh, it's so-and-so. What happens is Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell and some of the band members of each one, they get together, they form this new band, right? Out of respect for this guy that has died. Right. Their good friend. And they call it Temple of the Dog.
That sounds familiar, though.
I'm going hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they get together.
Oh, shit.
That's
okay.
Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell, and the two bands combined.
Wow.
They did the one album.
I never connected that, dude.
Right. As a tribute to their friend. That's the reason why they did
this guy.
Temple of the Dog.
This guy.
So, I mean, you can't beat that.
That's some good info.
It was a really good album too.
I mean,
if you're gonna combine
you hear
two
that
voices,
voice, you know that's Eddie Vedder. I mean, come on, dude.
And then the high voice is Chris Cornell.
Right on. Bet.
Yeah, Chris Cornell. My other half's got the hots for him.
Yeah,
she sure does. Even right to this day, she'll see him like, towel.
Right. Uh-oh.
She says the same thing.
Well, that's okay.
I was talking to me. No.
You talking to me? Boyz II Men, though, was... I know we're talking rock.
I'm telling another guy's name. I feel bad because I'm totally dominating the chat feed. Oh, you're fine.
No,
I don't care. Chat as much as you want to.
Chat away, please.
I love the feedback.
I mean, there's so many groups, man, from the 90s, though. I know you're talking rock, man.
Give me some Pearl Jam.
Some Pearl Jam. Even Flow. Jeremy. Black.
Black's probably my favorite.
One of my favorites. Yeah.
I can play Black, too.
I don't know what the hell he's saying, though. I'll tell
you what he says. We've
right.
performed
Sing it for me.
I like Yellow Lead better. That's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Black I like a little bit better because I can play it as well. But Yellow Bedwetter used to call
it. Right. But I always love the little lead guitar into it. That's just simple.
I can't play that part, but I can do it.
Oh, yeah, you could. I'm sure you could.
That's Yellow Lead, right? You're talking about?
I believe it is.
Yeah, that's Yellow Lead.
Okay. Well, I like Black too. But I like both.
Yeah, Black is sheets of empty canvas, untouched sheets of gray, sheets of clay.
I think I understood that one. But there's a lot of it where I'm just mumbling. Fall away here. Oh, here.
Made millions. They're still touring right now.
Right.
You know, on Sirius XM, that's not going to do you any good. On Sirius XM, the satellite radio, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have got a Pearl Jam channel that plays all their their live shows. It plays some of their older music. It does a lot of things. We got to move through these real quick.
Man, we get to talking. This is us, though.
I know.
We were on the phone, and I wish we could have recorded that conversation. You had me laughing my ass off, dude. I really wish you could tell that joke, but I know we can't. And it wasn't even a joke. It was the damn truth.
It was.
It was what you actually happened to you.
Yeah.
But we can't tell it.
It was a bad first date.
that was so funny,
a bad
man.
First date. Let's see, Jeremy was my favorite. Also, Better Man. Oh, Better Man.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes.
Everybody likes Jeremy.
Can't find the Butterman.
The video for Jeremy was really good too.
Yeah, it was. It was. All right.
She dreams in color. She dreams in red. Yep.
Yeah.
Green Day.
Green Day, man.
Do you think of newer stuff when you think Green Day, or do you think of old stuff? You think Dookie? which was an album name. Thank you.
Yeah, Dookie was the name of the album. I wasn't a big Green Day fan either.
I'm a huge Green Day fan.
That's cool. I mean, that's what this is about, man.
Well, you know,
but there were some songs I liked. It's kind of like what I was saying last night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I said Air Supply. Now there's some songs I'll listen to, but I'm not gonna go out and buy it.
Right.
You know, it's not like I can't wait to hear some Air Supply.
I've got a whole Green Day album on my phone.
Oh, I can't wait to not hear it. No, dude. For you Green Day fans, I mean, in fact, when one of my good friends passed away, me and Rodney Welsh went and sang a Green Day song.
Another turning point.
That's it.
Stuck in the road.
How'd you know that was it?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Moving on from Green Day.
Yeah. Sorry. I took it to...
I love Green Day, man. A lot of people, the ones that really can't stand them, a lot of the ones that really can't stand them are old school, what are they? Punk bands. Old school punk fans that didn't like Green Day because they felt they sold out.
Sold out, yeah.
Because they want to earn money.
Well, you know what? A lot of people said, I'm going, well, Metallica's 90s too. Once they cut their hair, Metallica sold out.
Do you remember that part of VH1 they were showing the Alice in Chains unplugged? And dude had he had written on his guitar, friends don't let friends get friends haircuts.
Really? Oh,
because Metallica was in
they were toasting them, huh? Wow, dude.
Friends don't let
you think they were being assholes, or you think they were like
they're just cheesing them, man?
Yeah,
they're just making fun
kidding
of them
around
because they all got like what they felt were douchebag haircuts, like.
Yeah.
And then of course the guys are like, we're not the length of our hair.
It's not, and it's not, dude. I mean, it's. I don't care who you sleep with, or what you do. If you sing a song that makes me feel something, I'm down with it.
Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge.
That's where everybody goes.
Yeah,
everybody goes under the bridge. You know what?
Californication.
You know what song I like? From
Give
Chili
it away.
Peppers?
Give it away. Mm-hmm. What?
Oh, we tried performing "Give It Away."
Yeah.
On stage. The problem was they were going double tempo.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, what I got to give it to your mama? What I got to give it to your papa?
It was a little too fast for you, wasn't it, brother?
Oh yeah.
You couldn't give it away too fast, could you?
I was like, give it away, give it away, give it away.
Because even at regular speed, give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Yeah. So it's like, what are you gonna do with that? There's a song that was on Wayne's World, which was 90s, by the way. Thank you.
Wayne's World's great, man. And anyone...
She's a babe.
Swing, swing.
I'll
get it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There was a song that was on Wayne's World, and they played it when it was one of those songs. It was a transition tune. Like they played it while like the car was driving, and they weren't showing like the inside of the car, but they were showing it going down the freeway, the Murph Mobile.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that. It was such a... I couldn't watch that movie again, but back then it was so awesome.
Man, I could watch it.
I don't think I'd admit to watching it, but
Oh, come on, dude.
So the song was called Sika Mika Nico.
What? I don't remember that.
It was in the soundtrack. It was like... You want to talk about not being able to understand lyrics?
Yeah.
That's one word, Sika Mika Nico.
Right.
It's like Sikimi.
I don't even know what the hell that means.
Sika Mika Nico.
I don't remember that at all. Now I'm going to have to watch it just to see that part, dude.
Yeah, they were on the freeway and it was playing.
I mean, everyone knows the most famous part.
Oh, yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah. And everyone to this day is like, if you don't, headbang, whenever that certain part of Bohemian Rhapsody comes on, well, you're just not cool. Yeah. Which is a great song.
Let me go.
Anyway.
Let me go. Go.
Oh, mamma mia, mamma mia.
Chili Peppers coming to Memphis. Forget the date. It's soon, though. Well, Memphis
really?
in May? Or is it going to be sooner than that? Green Day's coming to Little Rock in, March.
You going?
Probably not. I could totally go, but I don't think I will.
Okay. okay.
I actually ate at Stan's Donut Shop when I went to South Carolina. I still have a napkin from there. Oh, cool.
What? You know, I can't see it.
So she says I actually ate at Stan's Donut Shop when I went to South Carolina. I still have a napkin from there. That's pretty cool.
Right on.
What do we got next?
Give it away, give it away, give it away, Jimmy.
Soundgarden.
Oh, man.
Soundgarden. We covered him a little bit, but
That dude's got one killer voice.
that's Black Hole Sun, Spoon Man.
What
That's
is
probably one of my favorites.
What is the lead singer's name?
Chris Cornell?
That's Chris Cornell?
Mm-hmm.
Short-haired dude? Or am I thinking about someone else?
He
I'm
was-
thinking about Audio Slave. My bad.
That's the same dude.
It is?
Yes. You know what Audio Slave is? Audio Slave is Chris Cornell and Rage Against the Machine's band.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not calling myself the music man anymore.
I got this stuff for days.
I'm dethroned.
I got this stuff for days.
The
man.
king.
I got my decade.
He's got his decade. Oh.
That was a good pairing. It's like Velvet Revolver was Slash,
Yeah.
a couple of other members from STP, and Scott Weiland.
That was awesome.
So I mean,
But they just couldn't gel.
well, what they did put down,
It was the bee's knees, man.
Gosh, man, it was so good.
It really was.
So
I remember rocking, man, back in the 90s, probably around 94, 3, whatever, early 90s. Man, I would be, I was in Jonesboro at the time, hanging out with some friends, and we had STP blasting the whole time. And that's right when Lenny Kravitz came out with Let Love Rule.
oh, yeah.
So it was STP,
Uh-huh.
and it was Lenny Kravitz. And if they didn't like it in the beginning, they finally did, because I played that shit over and over and over. That's a true story. And if they're watching, they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Chris Cornell's an amazing voice, one of the best. And yes, Jimmy is right. Rage meets Soundgarden equals Audio Slave.
Yeah, I did not know that, but that is very cool.
It's surprising a lot of the bands that I don't guess I realized came out in the 90s. I guess I assumed they were further on down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool bands that are got to be on this list.
Well, it's kind of like yesterday you said, this probably be more, yesterday was more like my
Your expertise.
right, and today I'm finding out
Oh gosh, man.
this is yours, bro.
STP. Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
I could go on for days about them, man. I could go on for days and days and days. Did you know that they recently, within the last couple of years, picked up a new lead singer and thankfully have dumped him?
Yeah.
You know who it was?
No.
It was Chester Betancourt from Linkin Park.
No.
And he sucked.
Yeah. You can't fill
So
someone's shoes like that.
Bad. You want to get somebody to sing that stuff? There's so many better people to try that stuff than Chester. He's not even the same range.
No, dude. And to me,
He couldn't sing any of the low stuff.
well, I would think that a person would have enough respect to not even want to try. You feel me?
Well, that too.
Now it would be cool as hell to. I'm the lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots. I get that, but you're trying to.
That's shoes you can't fill.
You can't fill those shoes, brother.
You got to make your own mark.
Yeah.
It's just like you know of a band called 3 Days Grace.
Yeah.
You know the lead singer broke off of that. Adam Gontier. He left, started his own band, and it's called Saint Asonia. Okay, then they brought in this other guy, right? So now Adam's stuff with Saint Asonia sounds like 3 Days Grace.
Okay.
This new guy sounds like a new chapter of 3 Days Grace, and he can sing the old stuff, and it sounds killer.
Yeah.
He just don't have that rasp that Adam's got. But he made his mark, and he made it good. So they're both still good bands.
That's one thing I like is a singer that has the rasp. That rasp in their voice. Not all singers have that.
Yep.
And that's something
A lot of times it takes these, believe it or not.
It really does. And I guess Axl does it too much.
Yeah.
Punk. I love GNR, but he let a lot of fans down not showing up,
Man.
We discussed that last night.
I could go on and on about STP.
Yeah, man.
Smashing Pumpkins. Were you a Pumpkins fan?
Somewhat.
I wasn't as so much that I would.
Was it? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wasn't so much that I would have. I probably would have gone to a show back then, but if they were touring right now, I probably wouldn't go to see them.
Now,
and I can't think of his name to save my life right now. But that dude
was that 1979? Did they sing?
Yeah.
Shake Down. Okay. Yeah, man.
They had a bunch of killer tunes, man. Stuff that you wouldn't even like. If you look at the name of the song, you'd think, I don't think I know that one. But if they played it, you'd know it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of songs on that album in particular. There's a lot of songs. He broke off, and Billy Corgan.
I think we need to get her with us.
Stephanie knows a lot of stuff.
I could tell.
I got one of my best friends. They've got a history.
Okay.
And you know, I think that was one of the areas they clicked on was music. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Billy Corgan. Dude is a musical genius. Mm-hmm. He's like the backbone. He plays. I think he plays all the leads and sings, and I mean does all this stuff. He broke off for a little bit and wanted to do a side project. They called it Zwan, like Swan but with a Z. Z-W-A-N.
Yeah.
Okay? It sucked so bad.
Really?
Because it just wasn't. It was soft. It was like
he changed it up somehow.
He wanted to do like love tunes and stuff, and it just
he wanted to be diverse.
Yeah, it's just not him. Can you imagine like Marilyn Manson doing love songs?
No.
Right. So it just doesn't make sense.
No,
and what he didn't make any sense, and I didn't appreciate it. And I'm glad he went right back to where he started from because that's where the money's at.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, at least he had the cojones to try. It just didn't work out, and he was smart enough to say, "This shit's not working out. I got to go back to what I'm good at."
Well, Smashing Pumpkins, though, just like a lot of other bands, like Green Day, love them or hate them, they made a difference when they came out.
Yeah.
You know, they were important to a good, huge group of people who just latched onto them like I did with STP. You know, because they came out just a little bit later, and people just latched onto it, and there was a movement for them. You know, so they were important in their own way, I think.
Who's next? Who we got?
Alice in Chains. Well, we talked about them a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
Radiohead. I really don't have a lot to say about Radiohead.
Yeah, Creep. You know, Creep. I
like Creep. I love probably maybe a couple other tunes, but
yeah, that's that's
a style I don't really like. I don't like the whiny, high pitched stuff like.
I like Creep though.
Creep's good.
Yeah.
Weezer. You a Weezer fan?
No.
I like several Weezer
tunes. I'm not,
tunes,
man.
But just because
I think I'm going to be a big downer.
No, it's like for me, Weezer was like he wanted to be a rapper, but found out really quickly he wasn't that good at it. So he just did it his own way. Like, what's the song that starts off? What's with these homies dissing my girl? Why do they got a front?
Really?
Yeah.
And doesn't he does? If I remember what he looks like, he doesn't look like.
They look like college kids, like frat boys.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
and that's kind of what they were.
Right.
And I want to say that's where it started, but it was so weird, but it all made sense. It's like Rage. Why would you put a rapper in front of that band?
Right.
Because it made sense.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
when
dude.
they did it for somehow, it's like. How is this working? It just somehow it makes sense, you know.
Which we were talking about earlier.
Oh, Creed before Scott Stapp went nuts. Did you hear about the video with Scott Stapp and Kid Rock?
No. Because
look, you know Creed when they first came out were a Christian rock band, right?
Well,
their first big album.
What I heard was that they were.
They're supposed to be Christian rock, right?
Yeah. I liked them. But go ahead.
And I'll tell you, Scott Stapp has some solo stuff out that's just come out over the last year, and it's not bad. Believe it or not.
What was the name of their first one that came out? Their first CD.
That
was big.
I couldn't tell you the CD name.
I bet she knows.
But the album was
every song on that CD.
That was a huge.
And then all of a sudden, everybody said, "If you listen to Creed, you're not cool." Have you ever noticed that happens? Like, they did the same thing with Nickelback.
Yeah, Nickelback definitely. Yeah. I do remember that with Nickelback. I didn't hear that with Creed, but the video, and this is a true story, because
Him and Kid Rock.
you can look up the video. I won't.
Okay.
Not say that I haven't, just because I thought this has got to be BS, right? So the video is like backstage at a place or something in a hallway, and there's like 4 or 5 girls running around, and the 2 of them are like in chairs with these girls.
Oh, Mr. Christian?
Yeah. Just out in the hallway, the both of them just doing this right here, and it's like
nothing to see here.
all right.
Nothing to see here.
Was it called My Own Prison? The
I thought that
CD?
was. I don't.
I know
I know the song.
It probably was the name of the album.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I mean, she's been right about everything else.
But they ain't here anymore. We used to do
That whole dude. I used to jam that hard.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was
What was that? There was one song that I really liked, and I won't think of it because I'm trying to, but it'll come to me. Probably about the time the show's fixed to go off.
Dreaming. Okay, we are at. Oh, yeah. I don't know that I'm gonna skip that one. It's Metallica. I gotta skip that because
we kind of
that's
cover
80s. That to me, that's an '80s band that survived in the '90s and did a lot of good stuff. That's when the Black Album came out.
Yeah.
Or the self-titled.
And plus, man, we talked about them a lot last. Oh, you know what? Hold up. Let me tell you a quick story if you don't mind.
Sure.
Remember, I was going to tell you a James Hetfield interesting story.
Uh-huh.
All right, I've been listening to the Joe Rogan podcast.
Uh-huh. Oh, Joe Rogan's a genius.
He is. Oh. Dude, I didn't know that you listened. He's a very intelligent dude. He's very open-minded.
I'll catch a video every once in a while that somebody will post. I mean, and it's worth watching. Every one of them are worth watching.
Well, James was on there. All right. So
Hetfield?
Yes. So I'm like, all right, man. I'm fixing to check this out. Now, the podcast, it said it was 3 hours long. So I click on, dude, and I'm listening, and they start, he asked James what he's into, and James says, I'm into bees.
Into what?
Bees. He's like, he's into having beehives.
Like honeybees?
And collecting the honey. I sat there for an hour and 30 minutes listening to James educate people on bees and the different kind of bees and the honey and how they how you get rid of the queen. And I kept waiting for him to go into music, and it never happened. The whole damn thing was about bees, man.
That's depressing.
But which is pretty. It was in a way, but then I was like, he's just a normal dude. What am I guess I'm stereotyping the guy.
Well, it was probably refreshing for him to talk about
Something beside right. And believe me, he didn't talk about Metallica, dude.
I will ask you one thing about Metallica.
Go for it.
What do you think about Robert Trujillo? The new basser, the new bass player.
I think that they gave him a very hard time when he first joined, and it took him a long time to earn his spot, bruh.
They gave him $1 million as a sign-on bonus.
They gave him hell, dude.
Well, yeah.
They gave him hell.
But he filled those shoes.
Yeah.
And he reminded them a lot of Cliff Burton.
Oh, have you ever watched the way his stance?
Oh, he's wicked, man.
James did say on that podcast that now, from the way he stands and plays the bass, that his back's messed up and his fingers are messed up.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
He's made enough money. He could have it fixed.
Yeah, it don't matter.
But oddly enough, he came from Ozzy, and then Jason Newsted went to Ozzy.
Yeah,
for a little bit.
And speaking of Ozzy, I was very upset with myself that I did not bring up Ozzy for the 80s last night.
Oh, my eyes.
I was kicking mine too. My eyes were... But I was kicking myself in the ass. I'm like, I got home, and I'm thinking, why in the blue hell did I not bring up Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne? I mean, Poison? Really? Come on, dude. What is wrong with you, Lane?
It's crazy, but that's how it
goes.
That's how
it goes. Seriously. All right, what's up?
9 Inch Nails. You a 9 Inch Nails fan?
No. Let's go.
I had a few that were in there. I like Animal. I wanna feel you from the inside.
Yeah, a lot of these, man, these are gonna be you.
Foo Fighters, dude. We knew
Okay,
we were
I
gonna
can.
get there.
Well, yeah,
We knew we were.
there
going.
we go.
That's our extended Nirvana conversation.
Foo Fighters, man.
Foo Fighters is probably one of the most genius bands to ever be made.
Right, I totally agree.
But let me ask you this: how do you audition to be the drummer for Dave Grohl?
Okay. I got a little story for that.
The size of nuts on this. Dude. He's got his.
Dave would actually, whenever they would record,
Mm-hmm.
they would let the drummer, I don't know his name, but the drummer would go in the studio and drum the songs. And then Dave would go back and redo them without telling them. And that is one reason they were split up the first time.
He's not the original drummer, the one that's with them now.
Well, I mean, the blonde dude,
Yeah.
that's who I'm talking about. Dave would go back and redo the drums.
God, what's his name? He's got his own band too.
Did you know that?
I did not.
I didn't. You didn't?
They had another guy. And that's probably where I think he was blonde too, but I think that's the reason he left.
Well, isn't the bass player the lead guitar from Nirvana in Foo Fighters also?
Kurt Cobain was the guitarist. The bass player's not in it. He's done like some cameo stuff with them, but it's just Dave Grohl. Anthony, why don't you make a YouTube account and chat with us?
What's
man?
Anthony? What's he saying?
Creed, My Own Prison, first album, got CD somewhere.
So it's My Own Prison. Thank you, Anthony.
Mark Tremonti's got his own band right now. It's called Tremonti. Made PRS guitars cool. Loved his style. That reminds me, I need to. There's you and Miss Holden.
Oh, I didn't. Hold up. That's great. Can you put that on camera?
Yeah, I can. As a matter of fact, my buddy Anthony made a jib jab video, and he put Lane and Miss Holden from our high school in this video. It's great.
That's genius, man.
From last night, real quick.
From last night.
From last night's stuff, he says his top 3 movies have to have Nicolas Cage in the mix.
Con Air, man.
He says you need a whole segment on Cage movies.
I agree. I could do that. I'm a Cage fan myself.
Highlander.
Oh, I love the first Highlander, man. After that, they started
Lambert and Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean Connery, dude. I was kind of upset that he got killed. I wish he could have been through the whole thing.
Oh yeah, but he's kind of like Yoda. Like he knew you had to go, and
Yeah.
Con Air, Nicolas Cage, and Sweet Home Alabama music breakdown.
Yeah.
Says it's hard not to say Gump because it's a one-liner classic, but I don't know. Dazed and Confused, I could watch all that.
Dazed and Confused. Yes, sir, I agree. That is one of my favorite movies. And a quick story. Farrah, my firstborn, when she was, and a lot of people probably will, I don't know how you're going to feel about this. Really doesn't matter. We would put Dazed and Confused in the VCR at the time. And we would put her in her swing in front of the movie, and man, because it's got a great soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
And man, when the music come on, she would start just dancing, and whenever she would start crying, Dazed and Confused. Man, we bought three tapes of that because we wore them out.
Mine were like that with Lion King.
Shelley George and a bunch of other people can vouch for me on that.
I imagine.
Yeah.
There's some that they just pay a lot of attention to. He says music, Superstitious, Stevie Ray Vaughan or Stevie Wonder. Love the rhythm and runs. Bowling Alley's Jukebox. He says the phone has all the songs from it. Takes him back.
About Stevie Wonder, what's really interesting and pretty wild about him is after he had a wreck. I think a log came through his window and hit him.
What was he doing driving?
He wasn't. I hope he wasn't. I don't know that for sure, but surely God. And I think he went to a coma, and he came back, and man, that's when he hit after hit after hit after hit.
Oh, Rob.
Hmm?
Oh, she's talking about Robert Trujillo. Rob has chops for sure, but I love Newstead. You hear Jason's band Voivod? I haven't ever listened to it because to me it's like I'm not gonna follow I wouldn't go check it out because I know the bass player. You know what I mean? Like, but if you say it's all right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, totally.
Love Nine Inch Nails. Can't get into Foo Fighters. Sorry, guys.
Some people can't, man.
What about
you know?
Tool? Love Tool.
Yeah.
I like Tool, and what's the other one? What's the other band that dude from Tool did? Perfect Circle.
I really don't.
It's the same vocalist, so they're very similar, but Tool's a little bit more edgy. He says Justin Timberlake, "Drink You Away," modern classic. Have you heard that?
Yeah, man. In
That's
fact,
a cool tune.
man, I watched him and Chris Stapleton on the CMA Awards, and they killed it.
Yes, they did.
Man,
they killed Stapleton's tune.
Stapleton,
too.
Man, is one bad mamma jamma.
Yeah,
this dude,
he's up and coming.
You know who he reminds me of in a way? He's got the Bob Seger roar.
Okay.
He's got soul. He's kind of got the Hank Williams Jr. songs, but he's a lot of he's wrote so many songs that people don't even know. He is an old soul for sure. But like there's a lot of songs that he wrote that people don't even know, and they were big hits. He's wrote for Darius Rucker and so many more.
The same way with Bruno Mars.
Drink a Beer. Yeah, Bruno Mars has wrote Justin Timberlake also.
Yeah.
I've wrote a lot of songs for people that...
They don't need the money anymore.
Perfect
Circle, yeah.
Yeah. What about Hootie and the Blowfish? I know that's not on your thing, but they were 90s. Was you into Hootie?
Man.
Was anybody into Hootie and the Blowfish back in the day? You can be honest.
I was.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, Let Her Cry was where I got into karaoke.
Yeah, man.
I'd sing it at the riverboat.
Yeah.
2-3 times a week.
It's a good song. I still like that song, man.
Oh yeah. He says if we're on Bon Jovi, I'll be there for you in Blaze of Glory, just because they were two of the first songs I learned on guitar. Favorite TV, never seen Game of Thrones, but Sons of Anarchy and Blacklist are my faves.
I've never seen Game of Thrones either.
Married with Children never gets old.
No shit. I agree.
Because Al Bundy, there was a guy we went to school with. He looked just like Al Bundy.
Yeah. I liked looking at Christina Applegate back in the day. Just to be honest.
Movies, Christian Slater, Heathers, and Pump Up the Volume.
Hey, remember Gleaming the Cube? Pump Up the Volume was I liked that movie, man. Remember he was an underground DJ?
Christopher is freaking amazing. If you don't know them, you should. I've seen them. I have listened to one song, and I really didn't know who it was, and I Shazammed it and came back home, and I haven't thought about it since, but I did play it after I got back. I've seen them live twice. I'll see them again, I'm sure. I've seen Tool live in a Perfect Circle twice. I bet that was really good. He's a heck of a front man. And I can't think of his name to save my life. What's the guy's name? As soon as you say it, I'll just go, yeah, that's it. But it's not like dude that was the original Pearl Jam guy. Like, I would know this guy. If you said his name, I'd go, oh, that's Tool.
Yeah.
You know. Movies with great soundtracks. He says Highlander, 86 Transformers, the movie had a great soundtrack. Purple Rain.
I just watched that the other night.
One more favorite movie that I could watch over and over again, Goodfellas.
Oh, hey. What am I, a comedian? What am I here to amuse you?
Funny how?
Yeah. How the fuck am I funny, huh? I'm sorry I said the F word, but I mean that's what Joe says, you know.
What do we got left? Bush. I was a Bush fan for some of it. Right next to No Doubt. You know they were married, right?
Yeah. Her and the
lead singer Gavin Rossdale.
Mm-hmm.
Guns N' Roses. That's 80s. Oasis. I liked a couple of their tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Rage. Big Rage fan.
When you get to the 90s, what we're running into right here is there's a lot of groups that had a couple of good songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, two-hit wonders.
Yeah, really. And that you're exactly right. Not one hit, two-hit wonders.
Did you like Sublime?
I liked, oh my God, what was that one song? Help me out here. Help me out.
I could hear the daggum lyrics in my head, too.
coming in the... That was Phil Collins. My bad.
What I Got, and then Santeria.
Oh, okay. Loving is what I got. What about Everlast?
I don't practice Santeria.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that song, man. Was you an Everlast fan?
I was.
That dude is good.
What It's Like.
I liked him when him and Santana teamed up.
That one album that Santana
There's a
did
monster.
was like...
He did with Rob Thomas.
Yeah, that whole
Everlast.
Santana album was good. I bought it.
I did too.
Every song on it was good. He did one with... oh, no, it wasn't him. But it sounded like Genuine. Remember?
Yeah, Pony.
The
dude sang Pony.
Yeah, they do the same Pony.
Yeah.
Blink 182, I liked a few of theirs. They've got a new album out.
Really?
Minus a singer.
Still together, huh?
Back together, yeah.
Right.
Third Eye Blind. I wish you'd
like
step
Third
back
Eye
from
Blind,
that ledge,
dude.
my friend.
Wish you would step back from... Yeah.
Pixies, not
Third
a
Eye
fan.
Blind, man, they got a lot of good songs.
Heck yeah.
They really do.
Third Eye Blind, you're talking about Semi-Charmed
Semi-Song,
Live.
yeah, Semi-Charmed
How's It
Kind of
Gonna
Live.
Be, Never Let You Go.
Those are some really good songs.
Pixies, not a fan. What did they sing? Where Is My Mind? Here Comes Your Man. Monkey Gone to Heaven. Couldn't even tell you. Jane's Addiction. I liked Jane's Addiction. Dude.
Oh, man.
Been Caught Stealing.
Oh, that...
And Jane Said. Those are like my two jams.
Been Caught Stealing was my jam.
With the dogs.
Man, yeah. And the video for it was fantastic.
Yeah.
On MTV, man.
Absolutely. When he dresses up like the girl. Cranberries.
Yeah, he's going in the grocery store stealing everything.
Putting it up under
It's
his...
like he's pregnant.
Cranberries, I like Zombie.
I like Zombie. I mean, I think everyone likes Zombie.
Blind Melon, I like No Rain.
Well, that was about it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then he passed away.
Blur. You like Blur?
I don't know.
You'd know it. It's called Song 2. Ding 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 ding.
Oh, okay.
Woohoo!
Everybody
thought it was called Woohoo.
Then you know what? I don't really know. I mean, if I hear them, cool. And if you turn it while I'm listening to them, I'm not going to get mad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But apart from that, nothing. Korn. I love Korn. The stuff that they're coming out with now is good. They just came out with some stuff. They did a whole album with what's his name, the electronic music guy. I can't think of his name. Skrillex. Mm-hmm. And it would just change their whole deal. And then the album after that, they came out with just like old stuff that they used to do, and it was just as good. It was just as good.
Man, I'm learning as we do this that I was apparently more, I guess, pop and rap. I was listening to a lot of, Color Me Bad was coming out, and Rex and Effects was coming out, and
we're gonna get into those because we could do a whole.
Do we
show
have that much time?
No, we're over right now, but we could do.
Are we already over?
We could do R&B one day, 90s R&B. We could do 90s rap one day. I mean, do a whole show on either one of those.
We're already over.
Yeah, it's after 8.
What time do we go on?
Just right before 7.
Wow.
It's crazy. Let me go through some of these. Goo Goo Dolls, like those.
Yeah.
Yeah. REM. A couple of tunes.
Yeah.
Offspring.
Yeah, man.
I liked a few Offspring songs. I couldn't tell you what they were called because they had funky names.
Dave Matthews Band.
Aerosmith.
AC/DC, bro.
Candlebox. You like Candlebox?
I do. Oh, yeah, man. I love...
Movies with great soundtracks. Talk about the... Oh, Maynard and Keenan, yeah. Movies with great soundtracks. Talking about the 90s. Gotta say The Crow. That was a really good soundtrack.
The Crow was
I
my
almost bought
movie.
that CD.
Yeah.
The Crow soundtrack. I almost bought it.
I was a big Brandon Lee fan. In fact, I watched... he made a movie called Rapid Fire, which, excuse me, if you haven't seen it, you need to go watch it. And The Crow, man. And I was so disappointed because he died during it, you know? Because there's no telling what he could have done.
Now that's something I'll say that right
pretty
there.
Trippy, isn't it? Him and his dad, the way they went.
I'll say he definitely went before his time because he was just starting to go. It's not like he made a mark. and then
he was on his way to
he was shot and killed.
He was.
So
there was a little fragment in the.
Did you really see Korn and Stained? That's awesome. I would love to see that concert. I'm gonna tell you, Stained is bucket list for me. Just like, well, not so necessarily Stained, because I've seen Aaron Lewis's live stuff by himself, his solo stuff. I would like to see Stained. I may be a little bit old for Stained now because they can get fairly heavy. I'd rather have a seat than be down on the floor. But I'd love to see Stained, Seether. Seether is bucket list for me. I would love to see Seether.
Really?
You bet.
All right.
Do you know much about Seether?
No.
I'm going to educate you.
Yeah.
And by the end of this week, you're going to be a Seether fan.
All right, man. I believe that.
Promise you. She's seen Rapid Fire.
Thank you.
I would love to see Seether. I'd love to see Shinedown. Shinedown's an awesome
Shinedown, man. Their version of Simple Man is the bee's knees. It kicks ass, man.
Absolutely.
I was the kind of person who thought that you really shouldn't redo Simple Man. That song means a lot to me. Mm-hmm. But when I heard them do it,
he does it justice.
They do it justice, man. So,
what else we got? Flaming Lips.
Before
no fakes.
I'm going to say something right quick about the Crow. I can't even explain to you how obsessed I was with the Crow. Man, I even I've got a painting at my house that I did. I'll bring it and show it. It's the first painting I ever did. It's actually halfway good. It's not great. It's paint by number. But it's pretty good.
It's paint by number. That's what.
Luckily, there was only 3 numbers.
Yeah. Seether, his love was death for. Oh my God! What's up, Dwight?
Who we got?
Dwight Griffith.
What's up, Dwight?
You would. That's somebody you could look up to.
Really? Literally?
Yeah.
We're going back to literally.
Well, when this guy was 16,
mm-hmm.
he was 6'7".
Oh, that milk
I think
works,
he's
like
6'10". Now he's a state trooper.
Hello, officer. How's the weather out there? Yeah.
So, if you're in Searcy, go slow on the freeway.
Gotcha.
Hey, you must be Dwight. You remember me? Yeah. I'm famous.
Right.
Sir.
Can you hear me up there?
Everyone looks up to me.
I believe it, man.
I was deaf for 3 days. Let's see. When I saw Korn, Jonathan Davis said they'd broken the Guinness Book of World Records for the loudest concert. Then he broke out the bagpipes. Oh my God. I cannot even imagine him with the bagpipes. It blew my freaking mind.
Yeah,
because he comes out in a kilt anyway.
Right.
And he just like flings his hair around. And he's got one of those like
he's just jamming with a
intricate
bagpipe
mic stands that looks all like bones and stuff.
Oh, it's hardcore.
And he's just flinging these dreadlock looking hair around.
With bagpipes.
And he's got bagpipes and stuff. It's awesome.
I've got to see this shit. I've got to see this, man.
Watch them doing. They were in Woodstock '94. When they did Woodstock '94, it was the 25th year anniversary of Woodstock.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think that they should have did another Woodstock after that first one, man?
It was a way to bring in people. It was just a huge concert. They decided to say, well, it's a 25-year deal.
Okay. Which was better? Which Woodstock was better? You've watched the first one, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would love to have experienced the first one.
Oh, you mean been there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And then immediately get out of that era, but.
Oh man, I think I could. I think I should have been born in that era.
I could totally have caught some stuff in that
era. Yeah, I think we both could have.
A little bit too much free love going on back then.
There was a lot of free love. I think that's why I want to be. Anyway, another show maybe.
So, but if I told you the lineup that was in Woodstock '94, if you were any kind of a '90s fan, I mean, I'm talking about like.
I thought I was.
What was the rapper that? Where my dog's at?
Yeah. Who let the dogs out?
No, not Who Let the Dogs Out. what's his name?
You ain't talking about Busta Rhymes, are you?
No, Busta Rhymes.
Mystical?
Love Busta Rhymes.
I do too. And Mystical.
No, this guy, yeah, Mystical too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say earlier.
Shake fast. Watch yourself.
When my eyes were on fire, I was gonna say, "Ooh, shit, I'm on fire!"
Right? Good guy.
DMX. That's him.
Oh, DMX. Yeah. I am a big DMX fan.
He was at Woodstock '94.
Right. Okay. Right on.
Wait, he might have been at '99 because they did a 30-year at '99.
DMX has got one of those unique voices, kind of like Tupac. Tupac is he's got that voice that, and his lyrics are very, you know, very, very sweet, but it's also the sound of his voice. Yep. And DMX has got the same thing.
Oh yeah, I got that uniqueness.
Yeah.
So let's see, what do we got left? We got Counting Crows. There was a couple of tunes I liked of theirs. Dave Matthews Band. You got to respect them.
You got to, but you know, I mean, I can go with them or go without them.
Yeah.
You know? But I got respect for them.
Silverchair. There was one tune that I remember at Silverchair. Wait till tomorrow. Anyway, yeah. It's called Tomorrow. AC/DC, I don't know why they're on that list.
Who are they?
I don't know, some band. Everclear, I liked a few of their tunes.
Yeah, there was a couple. And again, we're back to they had a couple of good song groups, you know?
What did they do? Father of Mine, Wonderful, I'll Buy You a New Life. Yeah, they were
Father of Mine was they played that on the radio all the time. You remember when Hanson came out? Mbop was on the song every other song.
My youngest sister was a Hanson fan. Had the posters up all over her wall.
Yeah, man.
Immediately after that, went goth. How that
what a transition
happens,
yeah.
I have no idea. But right after that, you're talking about Marilyn Manson and all that came out and stuff. I'm a huge Marilyn Manson fan, by the way.
Right.
Okay.
You know Hanson's still together?
You know, I still don't care.
Don't blame you.
Just toss that out there. The Verve. You remember The Verve?
Yes.
I can't remember what the song was. But
me neither, but I've heard of them.
I tried to do the one song. I think it's called The Freshman.
Oh.
We were merely freshmen.
Mm-hmm. I don't really like that song that much, though.
I wanted to do that song. That was cool. Bittersweet. No, it's the wrong one. Verve Pipe was who sings The Freshman.
Yeah.
Bittersweet Symphony.
Oh,
that was from.
And that's like, you know what, that song, I almost thought that was U2 for some reason.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Better Than Ezra. Remember them?
Mm-hmm.
They did Good.
Good.
Living with you.
Oh.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Desperately Wanting and King of New Orleans. Marilyn Manson. I could go on and on all day.
So you're a Manson fan, huh?
Yeah, man. Beautiful People. That whole album was really, 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 really good. That's when you'll meet a guy at some point. It's a friend of mine named Jacob. That was back when he and I were first hanging out.
I'm going to have to educate myself on some 90s rock, apparently. Because, like I said, man, I was into...
Verve Pipe, yeah.
I was into some other... I mean, I was listening to that stuff too, but there was so much going on.
You were into alternative rock, but it was really called rap.
Man, I'm the type of dude that I may have like something hard that it might go to Bob Marley, and then that may go to, you know, whatever. I mean, that's my mixed tape shit.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
One of those mood kind of things.
Yeah, dude. It's just, you know, each song makes me have a
Jacob
different feeling.
Says Jacob and I used to jam some Manson. Dude, Jacob and everybody used to jam some Manson. Matter of fact, he's the one I want to say Jacob's the one that introduced me to Marilyn Manson.
Right on.
And Stained as well. So I mean,
Stained is badass. Now I heard that Manson had his ribs taken out. Was that bullshit?
Yeah, it's just a fib.
That was
it's
bullshit.
Mr. Fib. That was all just for publicity. You know, it's just like him killing puppies on stage. You know, there was all these stories about he was slaughtering puppies on stage and, you know, drinking blood and all this stuff. Had a rib
pulling the Aussie thing, but with puppies.
How they gonna prove any of that? He probably had an appendectomy or something, and he's got a scar. He's like, yeah, that's where I took my rib out,
right?
So I can fellatio myself or whatever.
That's what they said. They said that's the reason he did it, man.
I'm the one that got him on the Manson. Yeah, the rib thing's stupid. It was. I think everybody knew it was kind of BS or whatever. But 311, you like 311?
I
like 311.
Help me out.
Down.
Nope, I don't know. What about 3-6 Mafia?
All Mixed Up. Love Song. 3-6 Mafia. That's a system kind of a.
It's a rap group out of Memphis.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to have a system to really enjoy them.
Yes, you do. I have one.
I was still cruising the loop when they were out.
That's what I'm screaming, and that's what we did in the '90s too, man. We would circle the parking lot, cruise on down, spin around Sonic, go back and do the same thing.
Next is a really a waste of a group because it was a one-hit wonder and it was a really good song. Mo Murda. K-Girl.
Mo Murda.
Which one's K-Girl?
That's Bone Thugs, isn't it? Is that Christy?
It's got to be.
What's up, Christy? How you doing?
She said Verve pipe earlier too.
I think that's my cousin. I'm not sure.
I believe so.
Okay.
Picture looks familiar.
I can't see. Yeah, that's my cousin. What's up?
Soul Asylum. Remember Soul Asylum?
Yeah.
They did Runaway Train.
Never coming back.
Train, never going back.
Going back.
Yeah. After that, there's nothing else that they do that I like. They were in Little Rock at Riverfest or something.
Yeah.
I heard that one song, and then I went across the park because LL Cool J was doing his thing. I never
LL Cool J is hard as hell. Man, LL was. He still is just a cool dude, man.
This one I got to talk for a minute on.
All right.
Collective Soul. Oasis.
Oh.
Yeah, we had Oasis. We kind of skipped over them, I think, didn't we?
We skipped over quite a few because of me, probably.
No, it's just I don't have a lot to. I like some Oasis tunes. There's a few that I like, but I don't guess enough to go like in depth on Oasis. Whereas you turn around a Collective Soul.
Name an Oasis song for me right quick.
Wonderwall.
Wonderwall. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. Wonderwall.
I mean,
yes, this is your damn cousin.
Hey, I knew it was. I was just making sure you knew.
Man. Like Collective Soul, they've got their big album that they had, the one that like they probably pulled half a dozen tunes off that thing that hit Billboard Top 100.
Yeah.
And that whole album, I found out, I didn't even listen to the whole album until probably a couple of years ago.
Really?
Believe it or not, yeah. The whole album. And every song on it's good. It's another one of those, it's like the Creed album.
Right.
If you listen to it, every song on that album is good.
It's true.
And I'll have to...
And there's very few bands that can do that. And once they do that, it's almost like they've cursed themselves. Because how can you top when you've made an album that's got hit after hit after hit and everything is good?
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to top that, man.
World I Know, all-time favorite song. That is a really good song.
We discussed that last night, man.
Matter of fact.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Dwight, have you ever heard Gel off of that album?
You were talking about that last night, wasn't you? That was my homework, damn it.
No, that wasn't. Hailstorm was.
Oh man, I love Hailstorm. I love Hailstorm.
You get a chance, check out Hailstorm. Halestorm.
Can I say a little something about Hailstorm?
Absolutely.
Hailstorm. Jimmy gave me a little assignment, turned me on to this group. It's got a female singer, and she is fire.
Oh yeah,
dude. I was listening to a song called "Misery," man, and she's rocking it, man. She's going hard, and she's screaming, and I'm thinking she's as high as she's gonna go. And then she takes it to here, and I'm like, hell yeah.
She's always got that reserve.
That right there was like I was turned on, and then I was clicking to like what was it? I've got this shit written down.
You really wrote it down?
Yeah, man. Freak Like Me.
Oh, yeah.
Amen. Amen kind of reminded me more of, you could even consider that almost close. What Country Is Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she is badass. If you get a chance, pull up Hellstorm on YouTube, and I guarantee you, man.
It's all one word. It's Halestorm. Very, very good band.
She is. She's got a. We were talking about this. She's got that raspy voice. It's almost like a Janis Joplin.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit of Stevie Nicks in there.
If you mix Janis Joplin with somebody else, you're gonna have Lizzie
but updated. But right now, and she's nice to look at too.
Yes, she is.
She's got very beautiful eyes.
Yeah, most definitely. She says, "Yeah, Dwight, awesome song. Also, please remember me if you catch me speeding in your area."
Right.
Remember me? I talked to you on YouTube.
I hear you, man.
I'll play you something when we sign off here. It's there's a girl named Lindsay Sterling. She was on like America's Got Talent or something. She's a violin player, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they did a duet together, the two of them, and it's called Shatter Me. I'll play it for you, man. It'll give me freaking goosebumps, dude.
Cool.
It will give. I want to say like the bass player or the other guitarist, I think is her brother. His last name's Hale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Makes sense, huh?
Lizzie Hale, and it can't be her husband.
Hey, I want to give a shout out right quick.
Oh, yeah, she's amazing.
I want to give a shout out to Taylor. Thank you for watching. And to Cody. Cody is, he's like my nephew, really. And he went and shared our broadcast from last night without me even knowing, which was very cool. And everyone who has shared our show,
oh yeah, much appreciated.
thank you so much, guys. I mean, we really appreciate it.
Once this live show ends, it'll take a few minutes to kind of render and upload and everything to the site. But once it gets done, what I found out is the first one that gets uploaded, is like a lower quality version. And then it takes a little bit longer to get the HD copies in there. But like, so you can pick whatever quality you want to share. But feel free, guys. Feel free to turn around and share the links of these things. It's cool.
Also,
I think you got a heart.
Oh, I love you. Please subscribe too. We really need that, man.
Yeah, if you get a chance, subscribe to this channel. It doesn't take anything, and it doesn't cost anything.
You just got to put some information in there and hit enter, and bingo was his name. Oh, you're helping us out.
Yeah, really. If you're able to chat right now, all you got to do is just hit a button.
That's it, man.
Click the subscribe button. But
we got another show coming up tomorrow. We were talking about this. We're gonna do this Monday through Friday. Take the weekends off.
Yeah, we'll take the weekends off.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, we may even take Friday off.
That sounds
just
good
to kind of just throw it out there.
Yeah.
The rest of this list, real quick. There's 5 more bands.
Okay.
Faith No More.
Yeah, I had that cassette.
You want it all,
but you can't have
I love it. Tune. That's another.
What is it?
They had like one other tune on there that I really liked.
Two hit man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Temple of the Dog. Remember who I told you they were? I'm going hungry. That's Soundgarden and Pearl Jam.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Screaming Trees.
No, I have no idea.
Whatever.
Dude.
Rolling Stones shouldn't even be on the list. And
I can't believe the Stones are on there. Really?
Our Lady Peace. So they did Somewhere Out There, Superman's Dead at 4 a.m. I don't really
4
have anything
a.m.
to say.
Superman's dead.
There's a lot of bands that weren't on this list.
She said, "Baby."
Like
Matchbox 20.
Matchbox 20. There's a lot of bands that were on this. Seether's not on this list. Stain's not on this list.
Oh, it wasn't? I thought it was because you brought them up.
No, we talked about them.
Right. But they weren't on the list.
If you can think of any bands, just, off the top of your head,
if you guys can think of some bands,
feel free to leave them in the comments.
Yeah.
After the video is posted, because all these comments here, I don't think are going to show up.
They don't.
you'll have to wait until the video is done, and then if you think of anything else, post it in the comments, and that way it'll be there forever, and it won't get lost in Facebook land somewhere in a video that we'll have to go researching to find.
Totally.
Or scrolling over and over and over again.
Yeah.
YouTube will keep it.
Right. There's another band called Shaman's Harvest. Oh my God. Check this shit out, man. Pull up Shaman's Harvest. And my favorite by them is Dragonfly. Dragonfly rocks, man. They are bad. And after I listened to Dragonfly, I think I went over to In Chains. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Wow, I can't believe it. They're a really good group. If you're looking for some new stuff, listen to us. Check it out. It's not going to hurt anything. If you don't like it, it's not going to hurt our feelings. You can always.
Shaman's Harvest is awesome.
Right on. If you don't like, some of the stuff we're saying, that's okay. We
Piss
don't
off.
No. You said that last night. They don't like it. Piss off, huh?
Piss off.
I mean, shit. You're not going to agree with everything, and that's okay. Yeah. That's what this show's about, man.
I'll tell you another band you can look up. It's called Red Sun Rising. That's another good band. That's one that...
yeah, dude.
Yeah, the Emotionless is really good. The Other Side is good. They've got several tunes, and they're not very old. Another one's called Nothing More. Another band is called Nothing More. They've got a lot of good tunes. Lyrically... the band called Nothing More, lyrically you will love them because the guy it's like he's got so much to say and only one song to do it in. Right. And he puts so many lyrics in there. Yep, Red Sun Rising is, yeah. I'm glad you know who they are.
What is it?
She's married to a musician, so.
Oh, right on. Okay. Okay.
But have you heard of Nothing More? I don't feel like I'm getting through to you.
What about like Silk? Do you remember the group Silk?
Well, yeah.
Did you like them?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jodeci?
Yeah.
Boyz II Men?
I got a Jodeci the story for you.
Talk to me. I really want
to... This is one of those you'll go, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Do you remember the movie Bulletproof?
Yeah.
With Adam
Sandler and
Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans, yeah.
They had a premiere of that movie, and it's invite only, right? So you'd have to win passes to get there. Well, we happen to know some people, and we got some passes, right?
So wait. You got passes to what now?
The premiere of Bulletproof.
The premiere.
Yeah,
with
it was the first show
with all the people.
Yeah, well, not all of them. I mean, like Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans weren't there.
Okay,
but a lot of the other people were, and some of the soundtrack people were there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so after the premiere, if you had a pass to go there, I feel like you should pay homage to Napster since you're on the subject. You know what? I'm going to just go ahead and toss it out there.
Go for it.
Without incriminating myself, Mr. Trooper. I was a Napster fan. I was a huge Metallica. I was a Napster fan. My first divorce took away all my Napster.
Damn it.
The program itself.
Mine was, what was it, Lime? Shit, man. I could go to, it was called Lime something. You go down and...
I remember that. That came out after.
Yeah, exactly. It came out after Napster. And I was just so bummed whenever they took that away because I was making CDs after CDs, man. I didn't know it was illegal at the time. I'd never done it.
There's your two songs to start with. That'll get you on the right track. But if you want, you can look up the videos themselves. I would recommend, though, that you find a really good lyric video. So type in those things, and Ballast is also called This Is the Time. It's called This Is the Time, and then Ballast is in parentheses. But you can look it up that way too. You got me into Napster. I forgot that was that time. And see, that particular divorce is when all my Napster went away. She took all of it. Thousands of ideas.
Gone with the wind.
Yes.
In a second.
Gone just like that.
In a second, dude.
Just like that.
That is depressing to have all that good, great
all
music.
That hard working
just
ideas.
Gone.
Just, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about lots of time and effort went into those ideas.
Seriously, man. That makes me sad all day. I'm just depressed thinking about it, to be honest with you.
Oh my gosh, man. It's okay, so
LimeWire. Thank God. Yes.
The premiere of this movie.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
So, I'm at the premiere of this movie. If you had a pass to go to the premiere, you automatically had a pass to the after party.
Oh, okay.
Now, the after party, they rented this 4-story building.
Right.
Every floor had its own bar.
Yeah, man.
Open bar.
Yeah.
Everything's free.
Oh, really?
The whole bottom floor was nothing but pool tables.
Okay.
The whole floor.
Yeah.
In a 4-story building.
I'm still on the open bars, but that's cool.
So I get in there, and my friends and me are, waiting to shoot some pool.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We get the table. We win the table.
Yeah.
Playing against somebody else, these 2 guys come up. And they're like, hey, anybody got next? And we're like, no, I guess you do. They're like, all right, we got next.
Oh, that's
so
okay.
we beat these guys.
Yeah.
And we're shooting against these other 2 guys. And I happen to look up. And one of them looks so familiar. And for the life of me, I cannot place him. And then it hits me. It's JoJo from Jodeci.
No way.
And a buddy of his. I don't know if it's a bodyguard or what, but JoJo's the big one.
Yeah, JoJo's the bigger guy. No shit, that's awesome.
Got to shoot pool with him for like 30 minutes.
I bet he was drinking a lot.
Yeah, everybody was.
That was their major problem.
Oh my gosh, nobody was drinking beer that night because it was open bar.
I bet.
You could just get whatever you want.
Patron, baby.
I drank Jack and... Well, Patron wasn't there.
Okay.
This was
before
90s.
Yeah.
But that was Jack and water all night long, man.
Yeah. Jack and water? No Coke, huh?
Nope. Jack Daniels, a little bit of water to kind of...
Yeah.
Thin it out a little bit.
Yeah, a little soothe.
Because I wanted it warm. I didn't want it like cold.
Mm-hmm.
But Jack and water.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink that now.
Sure.
Trust me, I wouldn't drink half the stuff now that I used to love tequila sunrise.
I love tequila.
But now, like, I don't even have the interest in drinking tequila at all.
Well, I mean, I don't have the interest in drinking tequila to the point where I have a tequila hangover. But I don't mind having a shot or 2 or 4.
Yeah, you know what? I found out on the audio is it's going to fix itself.
What's?
He said there's a little bit of lag between our mouth movements and the audio.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Yeah, it gets there. Like, I'll watch the video afterwards, and it'll start good, and then it'll lag out a little bit, and then it'll come back together again, and then it'll lag out a little bit. I don't know what the deal is.
Thanks for letting us know.
Most definitely.
But this is like our 3rd show, and we got a lot of stuff we're going to add and we're going to fix and
each time is going to get a little bit better.
Exactly.
It took me a long time to get the other show kind of tweaked just right. There's some milliseconds you got to put in there for your lag and stuff like that. Also, it's not usually 2 people moving around and stuff, so there's a lot of things that the video's got to catch up with on the movements and stuff. But
yeah,
we'll get it fixed.
Totally. Yeah, like we was just saying, we got a lot of stuff we're gonna add, we're gonna take away. We're just gonna get this going. What's up?
She says the connection's good there, all synced up, but I have high-speed internet because I'm a cord cutter. All I've got is internet. Well, guys, you know what? We're gonna have to call it at some point. We're already good, almost 45 minutes over. Because it just happens that way.
Crazy, man.
It's an instant conversation every time, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Tomorrow.
You.
We didn't even plan that. This guy. Jimmy Bones. Jimmy the Greek over here.
Jimmy the Saint.
It's like...
I gotta get you to watch that movie.
The weird thing...
Things to do in Denver when you're dead.
The
you
weird
were calling
thing,
me Jimmy
man,
the Saint after that.
is this... Me and this guy here, we've known each other, but it's not like we've ever hung out.
Right.
But, I don't know, man. This just works. What's up? I gotta get glasses. Cause
Yeah,
I
I finally cleared up here, Bruce Lee. You're looking at your finger. You should be looking at the moon, Dwight.
What?
I don't know.
I'm missing out on so much being blind,
He
dude.
said it was like when it was the stuff was messed up. He's like it's like watching an old Chinese movie.
Like I was talking about earlier, and you made fun of me?
Well,
But
yeah.
since he's 6'7", it's funny?
Well, in this, there's actually sound
Joke.
and lip movements, whereas before there was like no sound. It's like
I just wish you could have just agreed and laughed at me. But that's okay.
I did laugh
At me.
internally.
Not the same.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. But I'm not laughing.
But tomorrow, man, we
do
haven't
the list?
even...
You want to do the list?
Well, we did talk about...
I'm talking about with the Would You Rathers.
Yeah, I want to do... Let's do some of the Would You Rathers. And then let's talk about... You know what? Let's just surprise them.
Yeah, we'll throw some stuff in there with it.
Because every time we have a topic...
Oh, should be looking at the... Okay, Bruce Lee reference. Now I understand.
Cool.
Topic what?
What?
You...
Big... Stop. What? Shh.
Get back in your cell.
No, I say, man, you know... Tomorrow, man, let's do the... let's do that, and let's... I think I was talking about maybe us talking about where we got our music influences from, you know, family and stuff like that. But you know, we can do that another show.
Yeah, we'll throw that in there somewhere.
We can.
I definitely want to, like, we could make a
We
whole
didn't talk
show
about
out of that right
movies
there.
or anything, or you know,
Those are
what's
all
going out
different shows.
on Newport. That would take like 10 minutes.
Yeah, all you gotta do is read the obituaries. That's what everybody else does.
Go straight to the obits, huh?
Yep, straight to the obits. Oh,
But
and
there
this
is some
this
things we do need to bring up.
This
you know,
is no
sometime.
joke, man. People will go to the obituaries because they're so bored, and they'll go, "Yeah, I didn't know them, but my friend knows them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go to that."
That's so weird. To me, that's weird.
It is weird. It's like, why are you looking
Free-
for an excuse to go to somebody's funeral?
Isn't that depressing?
You know, it's like, if this is all you have to do, get a smartphone.
If that's all you have to do, tune into us.
Right?
The hell with the obits, man.
Modern music and local bands. You know what? I definitely want to do a show on modern stuff. I kind of want to work up to that at some point. That could even be the next music show. We've still got we got tons of stuff that we can go over.
we've.
And I don't want to feel like we got to jam it all into one, even though we talk about everything under the sun.
We do.
Every stinking show.
I mean, we even later on we have a guest going to be coming in talking about a certain subject.
Oh yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
our first guest appearance.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that.
A local celebrity.
But we won't name any names or anything till we have that, you know,
In stone.
in stone.
And we really
So-
want it in stone too. I mean, I
It's
want it
gotta-
chiseled.
I want cement. I want some chisel.
Was there a T on the end of that word?
Which one?
Semen.
I hope so. Wow. Yeah, man, we might want to end the show. It's getting kind of gross.
Oh, quick story. When I was with the Red Cross, when I was still doing the blood drives and stuff, I was driving their huge bus when I first started. Did that for like 6 months. 6 weeks, 6 months. 6 months. And we went to this place, and I'm going to spell it and
All right.
see how you would pronounce it.
Okay.
SIEMENS.
Siemens.
Industry. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Now, I'm reading this. I've never been there.
Mm-hmm.
And they do stuff for like electrical, like power boxes and stuff like that. That's what they make and manufacture in this place. It's called Siemens Industry. And apparently the company is very big and well known. But we're on our way to go to this thing, right?
Right.
and I'm the only one in the bus. The rest of the crew is in a van or two, and they're following me, or they're leading me there, or whatever it was. We get there, they get out of the van, they unload everything, they put it all on the bus because we're doing the blood drive on the bus. And I said, guys, are we really at Siemens Industry? And they were like, yeah. I was like, what do you think they make in there?
Right.
So people start funneling out of the place.
Yeah.
And the HR lady comes out and she's like, I've got these little beer huggies. And or I've got these little, the things that little koozies or whatever.
Yeah, man.
She said, I've got these. She didn't say anything about what they were.
Mm-hmm.
She said, and I've got these bags, like a little sack almost, And it said Siemens Industry on both of them, right?
Right.
She said, I want you to give one of each to every donor.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, that's cool.
Wait, donor? Okay, Red
Right.
Cross. Gotcha. Okay.
So we get up there, and the bus fills up pretty quick. And it's these guys, a bunch of dudes that are working there. There's a couple of women, but mostly guys. And the first thing I had to do, I was like, guys, I'm just going to have to ask you. Because before let me back it up a little bit. But when we were getting everything ready, before anybody ever got on there, we're all cracking jokes.
Right. I'm sure.
Yeah.
How can you
can
not,
tell
dude?
about where it was going.
Yeah.
So the supervisor, the lead that was on that day, she's like, oh my gosh, we're all getting fired. We're all getting fired. I just know it. We're all getting fired. So they get on the bus, and they're like waiting to see who's going to say something first, but they know already it's me.
Yeah.
Because I can't help myself. So all these guys get on there, and I didn't stick anybody. I was the guy that when they got done with it, they'd hand it to me, I'd process it and get it ready to ship and stuff like that, right? So they're on there, and so these guys are donating, right? And I'm like, I just got to ask, man, how do you pronounce the name of this company? Because, it could have been Simons, or Siemens or something.
Sure.
And they were like, it's Siemens Industry. And I went, oh. Oh. You remember when Beavis had caffeine?
Yeah.
And he's like,
Totally.
that's what was building up inside of me. Like, I had to do something. So I turned around, right?
Yeah.
And I grabbed this bag, and I grabbed 4 of them because there's 4 beds, I grabbed 4 of them. I put one on this finger, one on this finger, one on this finger, and this finger, and I went, I got Siemens sacks for everybody.
Oh, man. Siemens, man.
Siemens sacks.
Dude.
So what made it even better, because we were doing Siemens sacks jokes all day long.
Sure.
Right? End of the day, the HR boss comes on. And she's like, got this really nice pantsuit on, and she's like super formal. She's like, so how did we do? I said, well, we did very well. We collected, as much as we wanted to. Our goal, we went a little bit over, as a matter of fact. I hate to say it, but we've been calling them Siemens sacks, and of course, Siemens beer koozies or whatever. She's like, it's not a koozie, it's a beer titty. And I went, oh!
What?
You're so awesome! She said, it's called a beer titty. I was like, that's so awesome. That's so cool.
I've never even heard it called that.
You're like a Baptist preacher. Last thing and I'll close. 3 hours later. Oh, you got to do the SpongeBob. 3 hours later. I feel obligated to finish the stream out.
My kids are like, not again, Dad. 3 hours later.
Dwight, you know how it is, man. You could be standing at the door, with the door open, 1 foot out the door, and we're going to stand there and talk for another 30 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, we do need to go.
Yeah. So, what time are we coming on tomorrow night?
What time?
I'm open, so.
Let's start at 6.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can totally do that.
That gives everybody time to get home.
Yeah.
And we'll run from 6 to 7. Ish.
We'll try.
It is
we'll
almost
try
9.
to do that.
We started almost 2 hours ago.
mind blowing, man.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, at least we have volume tonight, though. I mean, that's a plus.
Yeah, I was gonna say you assume we do, but they've been answering. So
Yeah, right. Or they're good.
By the way,
lip
you've got no
readers.
volume.
You know.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're gonna run. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. We'll probably do a little prequel on Facebook Live again, just to kind of. We're trying to gather interest, so if you find a way to help us out with that, please do so. Feel free to share this video all you want to.
We greatly appreciate that.
Like them, subscribe to them, do whatever you can do, and we definitely won't forget the folks that stuck it out with us at first when it was
big.
When it was
we discussed that today.
Just whatever it is. Yeah, definitely, man. Hey, get your butt to Newport, man. Come by, swing by. Come sit in on the show, man. If nothing else, you don't want to sit in on this one, come sit in with me on the gaming show, man. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, man. Gotta hang out with my buddies, man.
That's an all-nighter right there.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah, we can stream. We could game during the day. We ain't even got to stream. Just come on, hang out and play, man. You got a game you want to play? Bring it.
Hey, I hold up. One more thing. If since we're gonna do like half of it on your topic, why don't you guys give us some ideas on what you would like us to do on the other half, and we'll pick one if you do it. What do you think?
Yeah,
because we're open to whatever, man. We're not scared to back down from.
I don't have Destiny, but I would love to play it. Sorry, just responding.
Oh, that's cool. You go ahead. I was just talking.
Got my support. It's fun. Sweet, Stephanie.
Right on.
I gotta get Jacob over here too, because I know he don't care. He's already been on stream with me once. I know he won't care to do it.
And Rodney's wanted to do this one time, one of these days.
Is he really gonna get?
Well, he says we'll
get him in.
We'll get him in here.
Now that he knows it's not going to be embarrassing.
I think it's too late for that. Nah, he was actually surprised. He was like, "Man, I was." Because the first night we had so many viewers, and then last night we had.
Oh yeah,
it went.
Most definitely.
It went up. So,
all right, we're gonna roll. Appreciate you guys. Right. Appreciate you guys sticking around. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Definitely.
Yeah, bring some friends. Bring some friends. Tell them about it.
Yeah, tell everyone. And we're gonna be on at 6. We'll go on FB Live a little bit before then. And everyone have a good night.
That's our 2 cents worth.
That's it, bro.
That's our 2 cents
Peace
worth.
out.
We're out of here, man. Have a good one.